he ran this 5,000 in Paris at the Champs-Élysées, where he was chasing people down, and if he didn't catch you, you were eligible to run in that Paris 2024 mass race marathon. And we wondered just how it would look. And it turns out it looked kind of awesome because he was flanked. He had more security basically than the Pope going through the streets, and they were on bikes and they were bobbing and weaving. And he was out there just like ruining. He was Kipchoge, the dream ruiner, basically. I mean, watch him just totally. I mean, he looks like he's moving here, Gordon. What sort of pace do you think this is?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell because I guess when you put regular people next to him, you look like Usain Bolt running a marathon, right? It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I just like this camera angle because I feel like I'm in like an action movie, like a
Yeah.
marathon action movie. There was like a movie that was like, I never watched it, but it was 90 minutes long and it was from the perspective of like a GoPro on someone's forehead. And it was like
Mm-hmm.
a whole thing. So you kind of get dizzy because you're seeing like the arms run. But it reminded me of
Yeah.
that movie of like someone jumping from one roof to another. But so those bikes were security. What did they need to secure? Were they worried people would like tackle him? Why didn't he need
Oh, I don't know.
security? Like
I
ask for
don't
his
know.
autograph
Yeah.
mid 5K. Like, hey, can I get a selfie? Is that what they're worried about?
I mean, it made it look way cooler. Run the video again. I hope when he passed people, he's like, "You're done. You're gone. No race for
Staying
you,
home.
2024." Yeah. Hey, you're not running in Paris. What are you doing in a couple of years? Not running here because I'm going to be here. I like to think he just whispers some comments to people. But look at his cadence here, and you look how quick the bikes are going. He's moving pretty quick. This isn't just a matter of perspective against people running 8-9 minute miles. He's huffing along, and then right here at the end, all
Yeah.
those people are so lucky. There's
No,
like
but there's
10,
so many
15 people there.
there's so many passes right at the end. Oh,
Just
that's the worst. You run a full 5K. You see, like, I'm going to 2024 to run this marathon, and then Kipchoge nips you at the line. Like
yeah.
that is just like, ooh, hit him while you're down, Kipchoge. Why did you have to do that to that pack of people in blue t-shirts? Oh, they're like, do you
Yeah.
think he
Maybe,
realized he like killed someone's dream by like a
yeah.
half a second at that moment? He should have been like,
Yeah.
let up, let him go, and then cross the finish line. But no,
He had some
he's
sort
a
of
killer.
incentive. He was snatching souls out there. Gordon. Maybe the bikes were only for the camera shots, I guess. But there's only one guy doing the camera work, and the guy has the camera in his teeth, which is incredible. But I guess he shouldn't want to run into any trouble here. So here's a quote from a story in Inside the Games. It says, in excess of 1,000 runners finished before the marathon world record holder and double Olympic champion, earning them places in the mass participation event in 3 years' time. So 1,000 people beat him, and there was a total of 3,600. So he passed 2,600 people in a 5K. That's got to be
That's
a
a
fun
lot of people.
experience. 20. So hold on, let's do math with Kevin here. So 2,600 people divided by 3.1. So per mile, how many? He's passing 838 people per mile.
He's
That's
passing
per.
one
That's
person
impressive.
every 2 meters. Every 2 meters,
That's
one
a
person.
unique experience. How many people have said they've been able to do that? You get in some of these cross country races and you get stuck in the back, and your coach yells at you to pick it up, and it feels like you flew by half the field, but you didn't pass 838 people in a mile like Kipchoge did in Paris. I like this. I want more of this. I want to hear from a person. I want to hear from the person who got nipped at the line by Kipchoge, and how the guy had just plans. 3 years time, he was going to use this as a motivation factor to get where he needed to be. Maybe he was gonna like propose to a significant other at the finish line in a couple of years. He had it all mapped out, and then Kipchoge with one stride just ended it all.
Ended it all.
Look how just look how confident he is. He's just like, that's the look of a guy who just sent 2,600 people packing. Good see ya.
And
If
then
you're the
people are
first person
commenting.
out, Did the first person out just feel like I'm done? Like, what?
Maybe the first person out thought
Had
like
no chance.
well, didn't even know. Maybe like was like, oh wait, why is this guy going so fast? Like, why is he in my corral? Like, this is like the
Yeah, yeah.
10-minute pace corral. Why is he here? This guy
What's the
clearly didn't know how 5Ks work. He should have been in the front.
does it have the head start he got? Or sorry, not the head start, but the head start everybody else had?
Well, I
And
don't
did they
know.
do a good? Because I mean, the speed with which he was flying by some of those people, presumably midway, it almost seemed like it was geared to. I wonder if they thought, "Hey, we want 1,000 people in this race, so let's build the corrals that way." And did anybody
Do you
hold
think
on?
those?
Did they? Well, I'm just
Well, my
thinking,
question.
Did they let? Was it basically you were running against a self-imposed? Oh, so he ran 14:25. Here we go. He's the last man to start at 14:25. But like, did everybody start at the same time? Is my question, or did some people get to start ahead of other people other than just Kipchoge? Because just looking at that, the speed, it was hard to tell. But 14:25 is that's cruising marathon pace for him. That's his marathon pace is pretty damn good.
Yeah, but it's also like mad slow, man. Come on, you should be running 13:30s.
Yeah, that's too many bikes in his way. The bikes couldn't keep up. There's just no way he's going over speed bumps. So yeah, so 3,500. This says 3,500 people started. The other one said 3,600. So around, so 1,000 people beat him. So he beat anywhere between 2,500 and 2,600 is what we'll say from this estimate, which means Gordon's math is about right. He passed someone every 2 meters, and he could have passed about 30 other people if the race went on for about one more meter. It looked like with all that group just getting across the line. That's fun though. I
Did you
liked
know
it.
that Kipchoge and LeBron James are the same age?
Never thought about that.
Do you
All I know is
think?
I'm older than both of them.
Do you think their success is like mirrored? You know what I mean?
Well, Kipchoge was awesome on the track and then had a little bit of a down couple of years of his career and then reinvented himself in the marathon and then became the greatest of all time. LeBron's was a little more like a steady progression, I feel like. He had some bumps along the way, but the marathon changed Kipchoge's career, obviously. But he had this whole other
Well,
second act early on.